Water experts are warning the Colorado River will have less water in it this summer than almost any other year ever recorded.
Yeah, it's so bad because of a terrible winter in the Rockies. Water experts say the amount of water going into the Colorado River could drop by 80% this summer.
And that's bad news for us. 12 News journalist William Pitts explains what that means for Arizona and for you.
The year in water is going to be ugly. Lake Powell, Lake Mead, the Colorado River, they're all way down.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
During a webinar early this month, the Colorado Basin River Forecast Center said they're predicting only a fifth of the normal water runoff will make it to Lake Powell from April to July.
Tons of melt last half of March, and we're ended up with less than 20%, 25% of normal snowpack conditions.
And snow is where the river water comes from. Less snow, less water. Water experts say Arizona could have to cut its water use even more.
If we have another year like this, or even an average year, if we don't have a fantastic year of snow, and there's really no good reason to expect a fantastic year of snow, then we can expect much, much deeper cuts in the year to come.
Tom Bishotsky, the director of the Department of Water Resources, says the feds are close to announcing a plan.
They would take about 1 million acre-feet of water and move that from reservoirs above Lake Powell into Lake Powell. That water will stay there. It won't move to Lake Mead.
Which means, Bishotsky says, Lake Mead will go down. And when it does, that'll have impacts in other places, not just water.
Maybe by the end of the year, Mead will be down to elevation 1035. That's an estimate. I think you lose about 80% of the hydro generation when you get to that elevation.
That's right, down 80%. Bishotsky says the 3 states that use power from Lake Mead will have to make it up somehow. Bishotsky says probably by buying it somewhere else. But at least that's not forecast during the hottest part of the summer. Still, that's all a temporary fix.
These upstream reservoirs are a lot smaller than Lake Mead and Lake Powell, so they only have so much that they can deliver out, and they're not all at 100%, and really it's a one-year thing.
A permanent fix is nowhere close. The 7 states that use the Colorado River water have stalled in negotiations over how to divide up the water after this year. Bishotsky says they're still talking, but not exactly negotiating, and any agreement could end up in court. William Pitts, 12 News.
Yeah, boy, it has been a long drought, like 20 plus years. We've had a couple of good years in there.
Yeah.
Another round of great temperatures.